These are 5 engines I would never buy if I were over 60, and shopping for the car I would own for the rest of my life. Welcome to AutoIQ. On a fixed income, one bad engine will cost you $10,000, $15,000, even $25,000 out of pocket. That is not just a bill. That is a decision you did not want to make about your savings, your independence, and your next trip to the doctor. After a career under the hood, these are the 5 I tell my own family to walk away from, backed by verified recalls, court documents, and real shop pricing. If you are past 60 and shopping for your last vehicle, being picky is not paranoid, it is planning. Number 1 is the Toyota V35A-FTS 3.5-liter twin-turbo V6, found in the 2022 to 2024 Toyota Tundra, Lexus LX 600, and the new 2024 GX 550. This is the newest engine on the list, and it is already at the heart of one of the largest and most expensive recall expansions in recent memory. Nearly 229,000 trucks and SUVs are now affected. The official recall, first issued on May 30th, 2024, and expanded again on November 6th, 2025, covers engines built between January 2022 and October 2024 at both the Tahara plant in Japan and Princeton, Indiana. The root of the problem is machining debris left behind during engine block assembly. Tiny metal shavings can get trapped between the crankshaft main bearing caps and shells, grinding away at the bearings every time the engine turns over. What starts as a faint knock or a dip in oil pressure can escalate without warning into a full-blown bearing failure, loss of power, engine seizure, and a dead stop, sometimes at highway speed. For drivers over 60, that is not just a breakdown, that is a direct threat to independence, safety, and the ability to keep doctor appointments or see family. Toyota recall letters spell it out. Only vehicles with vehicle identification numbers listed by the NHTSA are eligible for a free engine replacement. If your truck or SUV falls outside the recall window, or if you are the second or third owner and miss the notification, you are on your own. The real-world cost of a replacement V5 is staggering. Dealer quotes from 2025 show owners paying anywhere from $14,200 up to $32,500 for a new engine, depending on whether it is a remanufactured unit or a full block with all internals. One independent shop invoice lists $7,000 just for the parts, and another lists $4,500 for labor. Even at the low end, these numbers are enough to drain a retirement account or force a sale of the vehicle at a loss. Toyota does offer a 12-month, 12,000-mile warranty on the replacement engine if you qualify. But for anyone outside the recall, there is no safety net, no rental car, no labor discount, just a bill that could wipe out years of careful saving. The financial risk here is asymmetric and brutal. This is not a case of an old, worn-out engine finally giving up. Some failures have happened at under 10,000 miles, with the NHTSA database logging over 800 complaints, most citing loss of power or knocking. There is also active litigation, Daly versus Toyota Motor North America, filed in federal court in Vermont on April 8, 2024, which alleges Toyota knowingly shipped engines with this defect. The case remains open, discovery is ongoing, and there is no final settlement in sight. Toyota says engines built after February 14, 2024 benefit from new ultrasonic cleaning and revised assembly procedures. but there is not enough independent data yet to guarantee the issue is resolved. Some owners will see high mileage without trouble, but the odds are stacked against late-life buyers who need predictability above all else. For anyone over 60, the lesson is clear. A 2-year-old truck with a twin turbo badge can turn into a $30,000 headache overnight, and the warranty is only as good as the vehicle identification number list. When the stakes are your savings and your mobility, boring and proven beats new and risky every time. If you are shopping for your last vehicle, walk away from the V35A-FTS, no matter how tempting the features or the badge. Your independence is worth more than a gamble on a new design with unfinished business. In second place, the Ford 5.4-liter Triton 3-valve V8 stands as a cautionary tale for anyone considering a used truck or SUV built from 2004 to 2014. This engine, found in the F-150, Super Duty gas models, Expedition, and Lincoln Navigator, is infamous among mechanics for two distinct and costly failures: spark plug breakage and cam phaser wear. Both issues have left thousands of owners with 4-figure repair bills, often years after any hope of legal or warranty relief has expired. The first trap is the 2-piece spark plug design. Ford's own Technical Service Bulletin, 0876, outlines how the plug's lower shell can shear off and become stuck in the cylinder head during removal. When this happens, a simple tune-up turns into a nightmare. Mechanics must use a thread repair insert, essentially a stainless steel sleeve, to restore the head. Even with the right kit, the process is delicate and time-consuming. A typical shop invoice shows parts for the repair kit at around $235 and labor close to $600, but costs can escalate if the head is damaged or if multiple plugs fail. This issue was so widespread that it triggered a federal class action lawsuit in Ford Motor Company spark plug litigation. The final settlement, approved in January 2016, set aside $2.2 million for owner reimbursements, but the claim deadline passed on August 25, 2016. That window is now firmly closed, leaving current buyers exposed to the full cost of repairs with no chance of compensation. The second and often more devastating problem is cam phaser failure. The cam phasers, responsible for variable valve timing, can wear out, especially in high-mileage engines. When they go, drivers are greeted with a loud rattle at startup, loss of power, and the dreaded check engine light, often with codes P0011 or P0021. Dealers quote $4,000 to $6,000 for a full cam phaser and timing chain rebuild, while independent shops might offer the job for $1,500 to $3,500 using aftermarket kits. Either way, it is a major financial hit, especially for anyone on a fixed income. There is no recall, no extended warranty, and no class action safety net for this failure, just a bill that can wipe out months or years of careful budgeting. For older buyers, the risk is not just theoretical. Picture needing your truck to drive to a medical appointment or visit family, only to have it sidelined by a failed cam phaser or a broken spark plug. The Uber ride to the doctor is the least of your worries when you are staring down a $5,000 repair estimate. It is not about paranoia. It is about planning for the realities of late-life ownership. Some Triton owners do see high mileage with few issues, but the odds are not in your favor, especially as these trucks age and past settlements or service bulletins offer no help. The lesson here is simple. When the legal relief has run out, and the design flaws are baked in. Buying a used Ford 5.4-liter Triton 5.8 is a gamble that can threaten your savings and your independence. For anyone over 60, boring and proven is the better path. Do not let a familiar badge lure you into a financial trap. Walk away from the 3-valve Triton, no matter how clean the truck looks on the lot. The GM 3.6-liter V6, specifically the LY7 and early LLT versions, built from 2004 through 2011, powered a wave of crossovers and sedans that became staples in driveways across America. Models like the Cadillac CTS, Buick Enclave, Chevrolet Traverse, GMC Acadia, and Saturn Outlook all shared this engine, promising smooth performance and modern features. Yet beneath that promise lurked a flaw that would quietly drain the savings of many retirees: premature timing chain stretch. A timing chain is supposed to last the life of the engine, but in these early GM 3.6-liter V6 engines, the primary and secondary chains often wore out far ahead of schedule, sometimes before 70,000 miles, but most commonly between 60,000 and 150,000 miles. As the chain stretches, the engine's computer detects cam and crankshaft misalignment, triggering a check engine light and codes like P0008. Early signs might be a rattle at startup or a rough idle, but the real danger comes when the chain jumps teeth. Suddenly, the engine drops into limp mode, or worse, suffers internal damage if valves and pistons collide. For retirees relying on these vehicles for daily errands or medical appointments, a breakdown on the shoulder is not just a hassle. It is a threat to independence and financial stability. GM acknowledged the issue, but not with a recall. Instead, they introduced Special Coverage Adjustment 11,340, offering free timing chain replacement for affected vehicles, but only within 10 years or 120,000 miles from the original in-service date, and only for vehicle identification numbers on a specific eligibility list. That window is closing. By 2026, nearly all of these vehicles will be out of coverage, leaving owners to shoulder the cost. And this is not a minor repair. According to RepairPal, a timing chain overhaul on these engines runs between $2,789 and $3,642. If secondary chains or oil pump components are involved, the bill can climb even higher. For those on a fixed income, this expense can erase months of careful budgeting, especially on a car that is already depreciated and difficult to sell after a major engine job. This is not just a theoretical risk. Owner forums and NHTSA complaints are filled with stories of chain failures at surprisingly low mileage. The problem cuts across driving habits and maintenance routines. Some engines stretch their chains, regardless of how often the oil is changed. While a handful of owners make it past 150,000 miles without trouble, most face the odds stacked against them once the special coverage expires. For anyone considering a used crossover or sedan from this era, the early GM 3.6-liter LY7 and early LLTV6 engines represent a financial gamble. When Special Coverage Adjustment 11,340 runs out, so does the safety net. A single timing chain failure can wipe out savings and leave owners stranded. For those seeking peace of mind in retirement, this engine's hidden risk is simply too high. The 2011 to 2013 Pentastar 3.6-liter V6 tells a cautionary story about rare but costly defects. Chrysler's X56 Warranty Bulletin 14. And 12 targeted a very specific problem: premature valve guide and seat wear, but only on the left cylinder head. This flaw first shows up as a faint ticking at idle, then a misfire, and if ignored, a no start that can leave someone stranded without warning. The affected engines found their way into some of the most familiar vehicles on American roads: Jeep Wrangler, Grand Cherokee, Dodge Charger, Challenger, Chrysler 300, Town and Country, and Ram 1500. Chrysler's own quality chief, Doug Betts, estimated the defect at just 0.5%, or about 7,500 engines out of 1.5 million. Statistically minor, but for those hit by it, often retirees or anyone relying on their car for daily life, the consequences are anything but minor. The X56 Bulletin extended coverage for the left head to 10 years or 150,000 miles, reimbursing dealers for both parts and labor. That safety net, though, is time-limited. By 2026, nearly every original owner will have aged out of coverage, and the reality sets in. The full repair bill lands on the driver. Independent shops quote $2,500 to $3,500 for a left head replacement if caught early. Wait too long, and a full engine swap can soar past $9,400. For many, that is the difference between a manageable setback and a financial gut punch. Chrysler's Bulletin is blunt. Once the warranty expires, there is no recourse. Dealers turn away claims, and owners face a tough decision: invest thousands in an aging vehicle or walk away. The defect does not care about maintenance habits. A Sunday morning no start can hit without warning, leaving someone stuck in a parking lot or outside a doctor's office. There is no recall, no class action, just a quiet bulletin most never see. For older drivers, this is not just a hassle. It is a threat to independence. The vast majority of early Pentastars run trouble-free, but the risk, however small, is out of proportion to the cost. For anyone on a fixed income, the only safe bet is to avoid these years unless the left head was already replaced under warranty. At this stage, reliability means more than comfort. It is about protecting the freedom to go where you need, without risking your savings on a repair you never saw coming. Between 2011 and 2019, Hyundai and Kia Theta 2.0T and 2.4-liter engines powered millions of Sonatas, Optimus, Sportages, Santa Fe Sports, and Sorrentos. The flaw at the heart of these engines is both simple and devastating. During assembly, machining debris left on the crankshaft restricts oil flow to the connecting rod bearings. Over time, this starves the bearings, causing them to overheat and seize. When that happens, the connecting rod can snap and punch through the engine block, spraying hot oil onto the exhaust and turning a mechanical failure into a fire in seconds. For anyone relying on their car for daily life, especially retirees, the consequences can be catastrophic. The numbers behind this defect are staggering. The first major recall, NHTSA campaign, 15 VCA 568 in September 2015, targeted nearly 470,000 Sonatas from 2011 and 2012. By March 2017, Campaign 17 V226 expanded coverage to more than 1.1 million vehicles, including later Sonatas and a wide range of Kia models. Dealers were required to inspect and, if necessary, replace the engine or critical plugs at no cost, but only if the defect was caught in time. For thousands, the warning signs, a faint knock, sudden loss of power, or limp mode, came too late. Ignoring those warnings, or continuing to drive after limp mode can void any right to a free repair under the settlement. This is a recall issue that demands attention. The legal fallout reached record heights. In May 2021, a federal judge approved a $1.3 billion class action settlement in the INRI Hyundai and Kia engine litigation, one of the largest automotive payouts in U.S. history. The settlement included a lifetime warranty for affected Theta 2 engines, but with strict conditions. Owners had to install the knock sensor detection system update and immediately stop driving if limp mode or a warning chime activated. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration imposed a $210 million civil penalty in November 2020 for delayed recalls and failure to address the fire risk quickly. In November 2021, a Hyundai safety engineer received a $24 million whistleblower award for exposing the company's failure to disclose the defect and its dangers to the public. For retirees, the stakes are especially high. If the engine fails outside warranty coverage because a recall was missed, limp mode was ignored, or documentation is incomplete, the cost of a replacement engine can range from $4,500 to $9,500. For those on a fixed income, that is a devastating expense, compounded by the real risk of fire. Even with the lifetime warranty, everything depends on strict compliance. The KSDS update must be installed, and the car must not be driven if a warning triggers. Missing a step leaves the owner responsible for all costs. The result can be catastrophic for someone who cannot absorb a 5-figure loss. Fire incidents are well documented. NHTSA files and news reports describe hundreds of cases where a thrown rod led to engine fires, sometimes while families were driving at highway speeds. For older drivers, the fear extends beyond repair bills to being stranded, missing medical appointments, or losing savings to a single catastrophic failure. The settlement and warranty offer protection, but only for those who follow every rule exactly. The lesson is clear. Unless full recall and warranty compliance can be verified, these engines pose a risk that is simply too great, especially for those who cannot afford a 5-figure disaster. Across all 5 engines, one fact stands out. Brand names and new tech mean nothing when court records, recall campaigns, and real-world shop bills show a pattern of catastrophic risk. For buyers over 60, it is not paranoia, it is planning. Avoiding these engines is not about fear, it is about protecting your savings, freedom, and peace of mind. In late-life ownership, boring reliability is the smartest investment you can make.